If you switched on a VPN this morning and felt invisible, I need you to understand something. You are not. Last month, a federal court in Chicago unsealed the case against a 19-year-old accused of being part of one of the most notorious hacking crews alive. He used a VPN. He used encrypted tunneling tools. He rotated his IP addresses across 3 countries, and the FBI still put a name, a face, and a passport to him. They didn't crack his encryption. They didn't break his VPN. They used something buried inside his copy of Windows. And the wild part is, its name is sitting right there in the court filing. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how the operating system betrayed him, why network privacy is only half the battle, and the specific settings you should look at tonight. Let's start with the illusion, because that's what it is. Here's what a VPN actually does. It encrypts the traffic between your device and a server. It hides your real IP address from the website you're visiting. That's it. That is the entire job. And within that job, a good VPN is genuinely excellent. But watch the boundary carefully. A VPN protects the road your data travels on. It does nothing to the identity of the machine sending it. Think of it like walking into a bank in a ski mask. Nobody can see your face. You feel completely anonymous. But you set your driver's license on the counter on the way in. The mask is working perfectly. It's just protecting the wrong thing. That is the exact mistake that ended one of the highest-profile cybercrime cases of the year. The group is called Scattered Spider. If you follow this stuff, you know the name. They're the collective link to the MGM and Caesars casino attacks in September 2023 and the transfer for London Bridge in 2024. They're not one gang. They're decentralized cells, sometimes just a handful of people, coordinating over Discord and Telegram. And they don't hack the way movies show it. Their weapon is the phone call. They call an iKey help desk, impersonate an employee, and talk their way into resetting someone's password. Social engineering. Human error, weaponized. Prosecutors say one member of this network was a 19-year-old dual U.S. Estonian citizen named Peter Stokes, aliases Bouquet, Spencer, Jordan. The complaint centers on a May 2025 breach of a luxury jewelry retailer. Attackers phoned the company's help desk from Google Voice numbers and got staff to reset passwords. Within hours, they were inside. Roughly 77 gigabytes of data exfiltrated, an $8 million crypto ransom demand. The retailer refused to pay and still ate around $2 million in recovery costs. And here's the part that matters. His network hygiene looked tight. VPN, tunneling tools, rotated IPs. So how did they find him? They didn't chase his traffic. They followed his machine. Now here's what I have to be precise with you. When this case broke, the internet started buzzing about a Windows tracking mechanism. A Microsoft representative described it to investigators as a global device identifier, a GDID. According to the filing, it's a persistent device-level identifier that uniquely marks an installation of Windows across certain Microsoft services. And the FBI didn't describe it in the abstract. They cited the actual value. One specific GDID was used to create the hacker's tunneling account at 1921 UTC on May 12, 2025, the exact minute that account was set up to breach the retailer. That is a fingerprint with a timestamp, and it's part of a whole family of identifiers. Open your registry and go to this path. HKLM Software Microsoft Cryptography. There's a value there called Machine Guide. It was generated the moment Windows was installed. It is unique. It does not rotate on its own. Your VPN cannot touch it. Security researchers have used that exact value for years to fingerprint a single physical computer. It's one identifier. There are more. There's your advertising ID tied to your account. There's the hardware hash Microsoft can build from your disk serial, your motherboard, and your network adapter. Wiping your drive and reinstalling Windows gives you a fresh GDID. But that doesn't save you, because the new identifier can be relinked to the same underlying hardware almost immediately. New number, same machine, same you. And a lot of this rides home on a service called DiagTrack. Connected user experiences and telemetry. It's the pipe that carries diagnostic data back to Microsoft on a schedule you never see. Now connect the dots. There's one Microsoft detailing the filing that is chilling. A footnote states that Spencer was Microsoft's own internal pseudonym for the individual it associated with Stokes. Let that sink in. Microsoft already had an identity linked to this person going back to 2024, because Microsoft maintains a real policy called the Law Enforcement Request Guidelines. Under valid legal process, they hand over account-linked data. Stokes hit his network well, but he made the fatal mistake. He used the same device to run the attack and to log into his personal life. Investigators took the GDID link device and matched the IP history. Tallinn, New York, Thailand. The same machine and the same personal accounts, lighting up the same IP addresses within hours of each other. Corroborated by State Department travel records and hotel photos, the connection was clean. The endpoint wasn't. That's the driver's license on the counter. The mask never slipped. He handed over the ID himself. So, can't you just turn this off? Myth 1. Clearing your cookies, using incognito, wiping history. None of that touches a registry value or a telemetry service. Those live at the operating system layer. Your browser can't see them. Myth 2. Switching VPN providers or changing your location resets the tracker. It doesn't. The identifier is on your machine, not in your connection. A new VPN is a new mask on the same face. Myth 3. Flipping off diagnostic sharing in settings. This is the one that stings. Microsoft's own documentation confirms that even at the required level, basic device data still transmits. You cannot fully zero it out, and this is the part the privacy community has been raising for years. You don't need a conspiracy. You just need a subpoena and a database that already exists. That's the architecture. So what actually works? Step 1, and this is the big one. If you genuinely need privacy, do it on an operating system that isn't built to phone home. A Linux distribution. No DiagTrack, no GDID handshake. You control the machine. Step 2. If you have to stay on Windows, harden it. Disable the DiagTrack service. Set telemetry to its lowest value. Tighten which accounts can read the registry. It won't make you invisible, but it reduces the surface. Step 3. Isolation. You run sensitive work inside a hardened virtual machine on an isolated network, a disposable sandbox. When you're done, you destroy it. The identifiers inside don't connect to your real life, which brings me to the universal mistake. Never sign into a personal account on a machine that has already transmitted an unmasked identity. One Snapchat login. That's all it takes to collapse the whole thing, because here's what the case really proves. Network security without operating system security is theater. The connection was anonymous. The endpoint was not. That's the whole lesson in one line. Real privacy isn't a status that says connected. It isn't a subscription. It's a structure. Your system software is either working for you or it's reporting on you. There is no neutral setting. Look,